Hey guys, first fan of the night, And it's just me here, which means I'm really excited to show you something. This is a Commander fan here, and it has the switch housing and blade brackets are clearly the same as the Mastercrafts that they were originally in a Burger King and then in the old Now Faith Church, and then Rick found an Abando one. And I had left those behind when the church left that location because another church was moving in and I thought they could use them, and I think they eventually remodeled and probably didn't keep them. But I was like, I rescued them once. They were in rough shape then, not worth rescuing again. And then I saw Rick's and I was like, well, I kind of miss it now. Like, those are really cool fans. But this actually I like so much better with arch end blades and the bell canopy and the weirdest reverse switch I've ever seen. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. But this is very clearly Commander, which makes me think, okay, so I guess all the Mastercrafts are Commander, as well as the Palmair Emperors, which have the same switch housing, I guess. I mean, maybe multiple factories made this switch housing, but since it's so uncommon, seems kind of unlikely. But this is very clearly Commander. The canopy, the top of the motor, the blades, and then if you actually open motor housing, which I had to oil the bearings, it's very clearly a vented spinner motor stamped Commander style. And then I bought this as a pair, and the other fan is very clearly Commander. It's in the Commander catalog, and unfortunately it has a dead motor, which I guess I'll show you guys. It's one of these K55 type. Is it showing up? I can't really tell. But it's one of these K55 types. I've always wanted one of these. And the reason the motor's out of the housing there is because it's completely dead. And I've never seen one completely dead before. Like, both coils are reading dead. So, not sure what happened there. And I'm really bummed about that one because I've wanted one of those K55 type Commanders for so long. But I'm going to open it further and see. I don't see how it could be salvageable without rewinding if both coils are measuring dead, because that's like so odd. But enough about that. The fact that the two fans came out of the same house. That one's in the Commander catalog and has a motor that only Commanders had, and this has some other Commander traits. Makes it pretty clear to me that this is also Commander. So let's run it through the paces. This one, all I did was oil the bearings. Does it help to have a little extra light on it? Yeah. 0.4, 4.6. Oh, the blades are high gloss, which is not something I'm used to. Okay, let's see if I can measure it. Let's also see if I remember where. Oh, here's a calculator. Okay. Getting 160. So that's going to be about 40. It seems a little fast for 40. Now I'm getting 80. So I think 80 is correct. I think the 160 was half. I think it's 80. See what we're doing on medium. 0.57. Oh yeah, because of course the power factor is going to be 1. Commanders have transformer-based speeds. About 158. after the math. Surprised at how quiet it's been because the bearings were really rough before I oiled them. Still power factor 1. Doesn't fly on high. I remember getting a really steady reading of 415, so maybe it is going faster than I thought. Now I'm getting a reading of 200, which seems like it's just reading one blade. Doesn't seem like 200 though. The high gloss blades seem to be throwing it off a little bit. That 200 keeps coming up though. Keeps. Maybe it is 200 and my eyes are just silly. .433 is the highest I'm seeing. I am gonna try this one more time. Let me try. I've got two tacks because one of them was acting funny. Let's just try the other one. I can never remember which one is the funny acting one. No, it's definitely the high gloss blades because this one's acting crazy just like the other one. So I'm getting a pretty consistent reading. Let me get the calculator out. That one says it's about 150 on high, which is what it looks like. So I'm going to go with that reading. If the current draw and power factor and all that didn't match the one of Rick's that we tested, I would check the capacitor in this and just see if it's a hair slow. That's about 6,400 CFM, which honestly isn't, like, that's not crazy. So, good spin down, especially given that the bearings were really rough. I really like the look of this thing. The arch end blades with all the other corks really gives me kind of like, kind of the similar look to like my childhood Key Largo or other fans like that that had like, you know, really distinctive profile and arch end blades. Okay, I don't think it's going to start on 3. 1, 2. Hey! I did not test this on the test rig before the video. Sometimes we will, but very rarely the decade box. In this case, I didn't even, test rig was on the workbench for the socket fan video. Not too shabby. 4. Of course, if the capacitor is failing, which again I doubt, if I really thought it was, I would have opened it up and checked it. Honestly, wouldn't have even been that hard because these use transformer-based speeds, so there's only 2 leads, and they're no wire nuts, so it's really easy to disconnect and test. Maybe I'll do that no, I don't feel like doing it. if like Rick comes by or something and this fan's still on the rig and he wants to test it, then we'll test it before that. Or maybe even just swap a capacitor. I'm hearing something beep. Is that my imagination? That's 5, by the way. 6. Oh, we didn't do reverse. Let's do it in reverse. Maybe it's one of those that's faster in reverse. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. This is actually a really good runner, other than the fact that it's not crazy fast on high, and it's not like K55 airflow, but it's spinner motor Hunter airflow. 17. 18. 19. 20. Skip ahead to 25. Is that over? No. 30. 30's over. 27 is where it goes over. Okay, I think this is going to be living room quiet on the solid state. And that is because it was very loud on the workbench. Now again, I wasn't on a solid state or anything like that, but it was very loud. So far I don't hear anything. I hear a little bit. That's definitely bedroom. That is even possibly low end of bedroom. Let's do 0 to high in reverse. Because whether or not there's an inrush should be the same. Goes up to 7.7. 5, so definitely an inrush. Okay, so small inrush, and it definitely draws more in reverse. Doesn't appear to be going that differently in reverse, though. Okay, I'm gonna, let's set it to 10 microfarad, and I'll probably leave it running overnight. Got some more videos coming soon. I haven't recorded them yet, But hopefully I'll be able to film 2 tomorrow. And so hopefully you'll have all kinds of new and exciting fan-related content. Yeah, I really like this. I don't necessarily have a place to hang it, unfortunately, but it's the kind of thing that, like, if I did a certain install that could, I'd happily install this in, like, somebody's shop or church or place, office or whatever, if this kind of fan looked appropriate. So, okay, thanks for watching. As always, thank our sponsors. I forgot to listen to hear the crunching in the distance when we got to 8, 12, and 20. We'll do that another time. So, as always, thank our sponsors. Shout out to Metal Jonas, who sometimes stops by during videos. As always, patreon.com/dspiffy, and bye, Fanstick.